as we've talked about, the youth have their unique struggles, each individually, but as a whole. How do we bring them into the church? How do we go out and make them feel like they have this, like help them to understand that they have this home?
So first off, we have to teach them what the liturgy is.
Mm.
And like I said, youth choirs can be a vehicle through which that is done.
Mm.
Because they take ownership, they take responsibility, they have a place. So often we refer to youth as the future of the church, and I don't like that because they're not the future of the church. They're the now of the church. They're here. They're not sitting and waiting, right? And when we take ourselves so seriously and we think of our choirs as being ready for these performances at Carnegie Hall as being the focal point of what we're doing in our liturgical worship, then we're limiting liturgy to performance. It's a really fun book, and I say fun. Russian church singing in the 1600s to 1700s or something by Vlad Morison. And in it, he tracks the development of things like choir lofts, soloists in liturgy. That's not orthodox. Even the development within Byzantine chant, everything was choral. It was only after the empire fell and they couldn't pay for full choirs anymore that individual chanters started being a thing, right? Everything is focused on the choral. Our youth can come together and be part of that choir. It doesn't mean they all have to sing well. Doesn't mean they all have to match pitch. It's just an opportunity for them to experience what it means to be the now of the church because they have responsibilities. I had someone tell me once that not everyone is going to have a job in liturgy. And I really take exception to that because everyone does have a job in liturgy. We all have a role. We all have a place. Our job might not be formal, right?
Mm-hmm.
But our job exists nonetheless, and we have to find that role. So youth choirs become one vehicle through which that can happen. They teach community. Like choirs, by definition, teach community. And relationships are formed through that community. But it is through those relationships that need to be formed outside of that community as well that you're able to pull off those relationships within the community and build those relationships. So basically, youth ministry is all about networking. It's about making phone calls. It's about talking to everybody. But that's the church.
Mm-hmm.
The church is about networking. The church is a network. And the liturgical experience is a shared experience. Taking that even further, youth choirs become the vehicle through which that shared experience is blown out.
Mm-hmm.
And we're able to actually teach what liturgy is so that it's not just something that our kids are going to bored because it's something that they think they always have to do. So my son is 2 years old. When I'm watching a video on Facebook, if he hears chanting, he comes running and says, church, I want to see, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I start chanting extemporaneously at home, extemporaneously, is that the right word? We're going to go with it.
It
If
sounds
I just
great.
sing randomly at home and I start
Yeah.
singing church music, he says,
Yeah.
no, Baba, no, not church. It's not time for church. But when we walk into
Yeah.
the church, just the two of us, when no one else is there, he starts chanting. And then he tells me to start chanting, right?
That connection's made.
There's a connection that's made because of what music does with our brains. There's a whole nother, that's a whole nother discussion that we're not going to get into today because we do not have that kind of time.
It sounds fascinating.
It's absolutely wonderfully. Because the way that children learn music does things to their brain, which is why it's travesty if they take music out of their schools, right? And because music is being taken out of schools all across the board, our job in the church really fits beautifully because when we start re-inviting them into a musical experience liturgically, it's still providing some of those benefits that you would have with music in schools, but also now giving that to the church as well.